Hello there internet, Mogwai here, and I got the first of many War of the Spark standard deck list for you, as I was invited to the early access streamer event by Wizards of the Coast, and I, just immediately jumped onto it and built the first deck that I wanted to get my hands on, and that is Grixis, because we're going to try to make Grixis great again. We are going to join Papa Nick's allegiance, and we are going to showcase off not only Nicol Bolas, the Dragon God, but also a competitive, what I believe can be a potentially high-tier version of a Grixis list that we'll be seeing throughout this standard metagame. Obviously, this is the first take on it, and it can definitely, evolve and become better, but there's quite a few cards that I'm going to feature here that I'm very happy with how they perform today. Obviously, this environment, this early access streamer event, people are just trying all sorts of different things out, so you shouldn't take, to heart a lot of these decks. Like, the results and everything don't really mean that much until like the expansion is actually released and everybody gets access to it, and an actual standard metagame flourishes from that. But like I said, there's quite a few cards that have left very good first impressions on me, and I'm very excited for Grixis, despite the fact that we still do not have a legit way to deal with enchantments, that being the biggest weakness of this tricolor combination. I really do think we have quite a few toys that can make the archetype in general way stronger than it was before, and like I said, I'm very excited to share. So unfortunately, in the early access event, there is no best of 3, it's just best of 1 game, so I did not test the sideboard out, but definitely looking forward to being able to do that in the future. So I will feature this deck more on the channel as time passes, and this is, like I said, the first of many. But this was like the first archetype that I really wanted to dive into, because Grixis is one of my favorite color combinations, and I just love Nicol Bolas, and Nicol Bolas Dragon God is a planeswalker that I was extremely excited for. As you can see, Nicol Bolas is 5 mana, 4 loyalty, and has the passive ability of enabling him to basically have all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers on the field. That includes yours and your opponents, and it can be really ridiculous, because especially now that everybody's trying out planeswalkers, I just get to have all these different tools at my disposal, and Nicol Bolas is actually very impactful on his own. His own +1 is actually really good. I get to draw a card, and then my opponent can exile a card from their hand or a permanent they control. So this is technically a +2 card advantage play, as I get to draw a card and my opponent loses something. Obviously, in the late game, the opponent can actually sponge this a little bit by just removing extra lands, but if you play Nicol Bolas Dragon God on curve, them getting rid of one of their lands can really hinder their game, or like their mid to late game, right? So it's really strong, and I really like the value that it generates. And overall, I've even gotten some scenarios in which I combine Nicol Bolas with Nicol Bolas the Ravager, and I flip him, and then I get to go for the +2 card draw loyalty ability from Nicol Bolas the Arisen onto Dragon God, and thus get to the ultimate way quicker, because as you can see, the ultimate says that if the opponent doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker, they lose the game. So I actually reached, I won with the ultimate multiple times today, which is pretty hilarious. So this is the deck list right here. It is a deck list built around actually this card, which is the Dreadhorde Invasion, a 2 mana rare enchantment that is very, very powerful. Definitely exceeded my expectations. As you can see, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and you amass 1. Amass is a new mechanic that was introduced with War of the Spark, and what it does is, as you can see right there, you put a +1/+1 counter on an army you control. But if you control one, you create a 0/0 black zombie army creature token first. So you create a token, then you give it +1/+1 before it dissipates, right? So the key thing about this is, at first it seems like it's a heavy price to pay. Like, this card is going to slowly eat you down, and thus any sort of deck that revolves around it is extremely susceptible to aggro decks, right? But it turns out this card has an effect that when a zombie token has power 6 or greater, it gains lifelink as it attacks. And therefore, if we build up our army to 6 or above, then we can start getting these crazy swings that will just heal us up and make it so that all that life that we've been paying throughout the turns passing ends up quite mitigated, right? So What do I have to support this? Well, I have the Gleaming Overseer, which is one of the cards that caught my attention the most. I think this card is very legit. I'm not sure what the initial impressions were and or the general consensus around this card was, but it does a lot, especially in conjunction with this enchantment right here. Gleaming Overseer for 3 mana gives you a 1/4 that enables you to amass 1, and then zombie tokens you control have Hexproof and Menace. This is very good against mid-range decks, and it's also very good against control. Against control, it makes it so that your opponent has to waste a removal on this and cannot target the army token. Given the army token Hexproof, it's incredibly powerful, especially if we build it up more and more with cards like Enter the God Eternals, which is one of the key answers for aggro this deck has. Enter the God Eternal enables us to deal 4 damage and gain 4 life, on top of that amassing 4. So if we have Dreadhorde Invasion on the board before we play Enter the God Eternals, we technically get a 4 strength haste burst onto our opponent, on top of the fact that we are removing one of their creatures and we're gaining 4 life. So to just, I can't explain, or I can't emphasize enough just how good this card is against aggro decks. If you reach turn 5, mono red ain't got shit on you, and that is really, really good. Like, that is something that Grixis could not be so, sure of in the past, right? We have, on top of that, 4 copies of Thief of Sanity, 1 copies of Obnixilis Cruelty alongside Lava Coils, and Angrath's Rampage as our early game sources of removal. Angrath's Rampage, one of the most powerful cards, and one of the most powerful tools for not only Rakdos, but Grixis, and any sort of Rakdos core focused list, as it enables us to deal potentially with an artifact, for a Planeswalker mainly, for 2 mana. 2 mana being able to deal with a Planeswalker like that. And also really good against mono blue tempo because it does not target creatures. So a lot of times you can go for an early Angrath Rampage and you play around the likes of Dive Down. And overall, I think one of the most metagame impactful cards that we are going to be seeing from this set. I think Angrath's Rampage was highly hyped for a good reason, and it definitely did prove that to me today, for sure. We have 2 copies of Row's Outburst, another card that I've absolutely fallen in love with. I definitely expected big things from this card, but it seems a little bit expensive at what it does, but it's so flexible with 3 damage. It's like a lightning strike, and for 2 more mana, you're able to opt in a way. It's kind of like an opt effect, right? It's those 2 effects paired onto 1 card, and that makes it's a good top deck in the late game. It's a good card to search for key things, and it's also good against aggro. It's like card draw that's good against aggressive decks, and that is not something that you tend to find in just 1 card alone. So I'm very, very happy with this. It's a +1 card advantage play a lot of times, and it just puts in the work. And against control decks, it can be utilized to just deal 3 damage to the face and fish for key cards as well. I really like Row's Outburst in this build, and that is the main deck list right there. We have, in regards to the sideboard, as you can see, we have 3 dresses, 1 Disdainful Stroke, 3 Negates, 2 Moment of Cravings, 2 Cry of the Carnariums, 1 Ritual Suit, 2 Vross's Contempt, and an extra Enter the God Eternals. This sideboard is mainly geared towards enhancing the control matchup through discard and non-creature counter spells, alongside more Planeswalker removal, and also make our aggro matchups better. I think I can tone down on certain cards for the aggro. I think Moment of Craving may only really be needed as a one-off in the sideboard, and I could try to aim to improve my control matchup a little bit better. Like I said, this sideboard is a work in progress. I've not been able to properly test it because we only have best of 1 in the early access client, which we are using right now, right? So we can't play best of 3, and therefore I can't put this to test, but it's more or less going to end up something like this. It's important to incorporate AoE effects because, as you can see, our main deck does not have answers to a spread out board state, so mono white weenies and the likes can really have their way with us. So being able to answer Storm with stuff like Cry of the Carnarium is very key. So this is an absolute staple for sure, alongside Ritual Suit. But then certain other cards, because like I said, our matchup against mono red and just aggro decks in general that focus more on damage is already quite solidified thanks to this right here. This card is so damn good against that. And overall, it's just a very fun deck to play. Grixis is looking really tight, and I got some sweet gameplay for you guys. Some really funny matches, and obviously many diverse matchups, right? Since people were trying all sorts of different things. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and I lead you guys over to the games. And I did some weird thing with my hands. I don't know. I'm just very excited to showcase this deck, and I'm obviously very excited to showcase other decks as I'm going to be bringing back the daily uploads and obviously a new deck every single day. So hope you guys are excited for War of the Spark, and hope you guys are excited for a standard metagame that's going to be flipped up on its head, because there's so many new tools to play around with. This is the honeymoon phase with a card game when the new set is introduced. It's just so exciting. Everything is so new. Net decking is obviously less prevalent, and it's just good old fun times. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow with more. Where does the healing come from? From the 2-mana enchantment. I keep forgetting the name. The enchantment that amasses at the beginning of my upkeep every turn. The Dreadhorde Invasion. If I have a zombie token with power 6 or greater, and it attacks, I gain lifelink with it until to the end of the turn. So it kind of makes up for the fact that you're taking damage throughout the match, right? I'm going to keep this because we are going first. We have a turn 2 Dreadhorde Invasion, and we got some good tools here. Makorito is our opponent. I probably should have gone for the Carnival Carnage there, but it's fine. I can go for it next turn. I really like Rao's Outburst, man. It just feels like it's really good value. 3 damage is just right. I really like this card. Do you think this could be a seriously competitive deck? Yes. Yes. We're playing best of 1, so you know matchups are very polarized, and I can run into. But with a proper sideboard, I think this could be a very competitive deck. Yeah, that's why I'm playing it. What is this? Karn's Invasion. Invasion. Bastion. English. Alright, so that enables him to proliferate later down the line, potentially. Bioessence Hydra. I'm gonna play Gleaming Overseer here. Get a bunch of health back. I really like this 3-drop, man. This gives it hexproof. It's just so strong. Because now he has to deal with this and this. And my zombie just keeps growing. My zombie army. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool. And then I got Papa Nick on top of that. Oh boy. Oh, my Corito, I'm sorry, man. Oh, wow. That just plays out so well.
The wild wasn't meant to be contained.
Vivian, you're not gonna contain this. What you gonna do, Vivian? What you gonna do when the zombies come for you?
You can't stop nature.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the power. But we're just getting started, boys. Alright, so should I attack first? Because I could play Papa. No, I'm gonna...
Nicol Bolas will resonate throughout the multiverse. I have other plans. I outsmarted you eons ago.
I probably should destroy this, to be honest. I probably should destroy that.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Oh boy. I should have killed the Walker though. I was hoping to draw into like an Angrath's Rampage or something. But that's just as sweet. I should have destroyed that thing. Oh my god. Competitive decks already? This is a competitive deck. Oh, Noxious. Alright. Let's keep this. I wonder what Noxious is playing. No. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so it's safe to assume that he's got like a defender deck. What if he has high alert? Gotta watch out for high alert. I'm gonna lava coil that just in case, because if he has high alert, he could hit me for a lot of damage. Yep. Oh boy. Yeah, if we hadn't answered that over there, that would have been a problem for sure. Oh boy. he gonna sacrifice a creature with Defender? Yep. Actually, I should have. I derped big time there. I actually derped big time. I should have hit this. He could have sacrificed that too. That's the problem. Maybe I should have hit him face. Yeah, I thought I read this as sacrifice another creature. That's the thing. I didn't know it could sacrifice itself, even though because I don't include that one in my. Yeah, I read it the wrong way. I mean, he could hit me with the Grappling Sundew here. There's Papa Nick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This power is incredible. Death means nothing to me.
I guess I'll have some fun myself.
This is
Okay, that's pretty dope. Okay, I can't target the player unless I do that first, so...
I always have an answer.
Alright, super friends.
Gods once, I am one again. I am omnipotent.
Put me out front. I am Teo. Let me be your shield. Anything to support my allies.
I know all there is to know. You ought to die.
There is much to learn.
This is funny though. So the thing is, I still die to Tetsuko. Like I still die to Tetsuko. Like if he has Tetsuko, like Tetsuko the outlaw guy, I died to him because he can just sneak under me because I can't block his creatures. And he was probably searching for that because that would like literally kill me. I don't know. I'll keep because we got turn 4 Nick and you know, early Angrat's Rampage for all sorts of different tactics going up against us. I should let up with a Blood Crypt instead, but whatever. Oh, I didn't change the, oh my god, I didn't change the avatar. God damn it. Oh. Damn. I'm not gonna waste Angrath's Rampage on a Stitcher Supplier because he wants that to die anyways. This guy's playing the Undergrowth deck. Is he actually like going mono black with it though? Oh. Oh, Angrath's Rampage doesn't really do much here. Yikes. We don't really have. We don't really have many answers here. I'm gonna trade with this. Oh, wow.
Immortality is worth it. So
Wow.
sorry to give you a fright.
Omega wrecked. Okay, that keeps us alive. Wow. Oh my
Don't squeeze
god.
on me.
Oh my lord.
Well, they aren't useful to me alive.
You know what the problem is? If he top decks another Liliana Death's Majesty, I'm dead because he deals 2 damage to me. So how did this happen? This guy just went crazy on me and I didn't have an answer. All right.
Boundless power.
Care to meet my battle? I have a deliciously morbid idea.
Okay, so Nick and Liliana are best friends now. Oh, okay. Oof, that's good. That's super good. Right, I got 3 zombies. Okay. We're super friends now. Super friends, come back, boys. Let's do this. Okay, Liliana, I need you. What do I need you to do, Liliana? I need you to get me because I have zombies, okay? I have more overseers, so I need to fish for a zombie. Okay, Okay, I can also cast zombies from my graveyard, but I don't have any right here, right? No. So let's just keep doing this. Instead of like removing just a 2/2 or something,
is another woman's army.
I'm gonna try to fish for that.
My knowledge.
Ah, there you are. God damn it.
Brutality suits me well.
Nick, super friends.
Is power, and I am everything.
Nick, super friends. We just gotta hold the barracks. We just gotta hold the barracks, guys. We gotta stay alive. We love it! We love it! Alright, I'm gonna try this again. Well, no, let's draw 2 cards with this.
All the cosmos are mine to control.
Is there anything that can help, that can heal me here? No? What about here?
I know what must be done.
Do you? Okay, we have to do everything we can to stay alive. So how do we do this? How do I reach these kids? Oh, he was gonna top deck a land. God damn it.
You'll be dead before you try.
Alright, let's just hope he doesn't top deck into a Liliana. Alright, Pirate. Take one for the team. Alright, it's time. It's time for an ultimate Papa Nick victory.
Boom! Your damnation.
Oh, how did I win this game? What the hell? Super Friends. Hashtag Super Friends. Bolas and Liliana, enemies? Fake news. Alright, so this seems like a decent hand. We have all Grixis colors available to us. We have Daddy Nick. We're always happy to see Daddy Nick. And a bit of a slower start because we don't have a turn 2 play. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Okay. Interesting. Unfortunately, we don't have as much board presence here. We gotta need to slow him down. That's super good. That's super good. Unfortunately, we're just going a little bit too slow here. I need my removal. Where is my removal? Oh my god, he's gonna swarm the hell out of us. We're gonna be able to answer this, but like really late. Oh my god. I mean, he could have something that gives us +1 attack, like another one of these Defiant Strikes, which is probably what he's looking at here. But if he has that anyways, then he has it, so be it. No, then again, no, because that's a good target for us to amass, so we're just going to block that with that. Look at all those goblins. This is obscene. This is actually obscene. I'm not gonna mill him because that just gives him more targets for Dreadhorde Arcanist. He has Sheltering Light. Well, rip. The swarm is real. I mean, we do have the zombie army to block this now, but he's generated so like he's just still attacked because he's generating so many of those. Oh my god. That's hilarious. And I have no main deck Cry the Carnarium, so long story short, we're dead. This will help. Oh, I can't even daddy got here. Cry sure would be nice. Ouch. GG. Should I keep this? I'm actually gonna mulligan. That's better. I'll keep that there. I'm gonna go for a Carnival Carnage before he can like draw into like any sort of spell that can counter it, or like play it. Basically, I mean, I'm gonna do it on my turn. There's no reason not to. I'm gonna drop you. Thanks. Maybe I should be running 4 of these, honestly, because this is like the hardest soul of my deck. So I think maybe I'll take out 1 Gleaming Overseer, and I'll add in like 1 Dreadhorde Invasion. I'm not gonna block that for now. He's taking a lot of life early, but that's just so... Like, they stack, but they're so powerful when they stack at the same time. But if I can constantly answer this, I can make him kill himself. The problem is, I'm not finding answers here. Yeah, it's certainly a problem. Like I can't handle this. I don't know why he's not playing more units into it though. Yeah, I may just lose to this thing. This enchantment is pretty nuts. And unfortunately, I got mine a little bit too late. Let's see if I can find something decent here. Yeah, that's just nasty. Like, I can't do anything about it. I should be running 4 of these. I should definitely be running 4 of these. And he's got like a Rakdos variant with God Eternal Bond too, which you can come in and just sacrifice a bunch of these dudes. But like the big thing is this enchantment right here is you have to respect it. And we as Grixis can't really deal as much with it. So we need to block this. I mean, at this point, we don't really have the tools to remove this thing. So, I think, like, now we just kind of, like, automatically lose to that. Because we have Lava Coil, we have Angrath's Rampage, which cannot target that. So unless we find something to kill it with the... Yeah, by playing Mayhem Devil here, if I can, like, if he sacrifices stuff. Wow. How many permits was that? How many permits was that? Can I, does it not show? He sacrificed 3 here. How many lands was that? 5, right? It was 5. Okay, so we'll just do it here. That was not 5. That was not. You guys cannot count. That was not 5. Why do I even look at chat? Oh my god. I seriously hate you guys right now. I seriously hate you guys so much. Fucking 5. Are you serious? Mog's too good to count how many cards he had in hand, but how many, like, I kind of derped. I didn't know how many cards he had in hand before that. Like, it should tell me how many those were. Oh my god, I would have won this game. I literally would have won this game. Alright, well. We still have a chance. That was crazy aggressive on my opponent's part. That was crazy aggressive. Can I please? Oh boy. I cannot get this to kill this huge ass zombie. And now I'm gonna die to my own Dreadhorde Invasion. Fucking finally, dude. Now we can die to our own Dreadhorde Invasion. We have 2 turns, like, to not just die ourselves.
Here comes the BJ. Here comes the BJ.
Dinosaur Dreams with the sub. And all this because it should tell me like how many were like that I didn't count, man. Like I got lazy. But god damn it. Is this man gonna go crazy on it again? Oh my lord. Okay. How many was that, dude? I don't keep track of, like, that was 3, right? No, 1, 2. That was 4. We're going face with it anyways. That was 4. Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so... Oh, baby! Oh, level up, boys!